Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate every one of you. And welcome to the weekly collective. This is a general reading. It's for all signs, and it's going to be for the week of April 28th through May 4th. Yes, we're actually entering into May, and I am may I say that I am very sure it's going to be amazing. I know it's corny, but I thought of that before I came on to the recording, and I wanted to say that because that's how I actually feel. And I'll tell you a few things, of course. I have a format. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for taking the time. I am a intuitive reader, and I do channel messages that come in periodically as they come in, and I share them with you. And also, I am very, very fired up, if you will, and excited about energy in general. I always have been. So I wear gloves to represent color, which is exactly what I'm talking about. Everything has energy, and color certainly does. And it helps us to feel certain moods and excitement, and has meaning. And I correlate this with our chakras, our beautiful energy centers that are strategically throughout our bodies, all of our bodies, okay? And they actually help us to be the best expressions of ourselves when they are full and open and working 100%. There's no restrictions we feel, there's no blockages. And so what I do is I always start my readings, and this is the collective, as I said, for the week. However, I do it for every monthly reading, and I start with a chakra check. Now, you see the blue here. This was the 5th chakra representing the throat. And that was from a reading from, I believe, last week. So what I do, it's very, very simplistic, if you will. I just put it behind my back, and Spirit will show us all that there's one specific chakra that can be the focus for this week. Once again, the week of April 28th through May 4th. And yes, the fifth month. I will also tell you, I am recording this during the new moon in Taurus, which is a very powerful moon. And I love it because I instantly felt it. And upon waking up this morning, it was this very calming energy. I mean, any earth sign definitely can be notably grounded, more, I don't know, just calming. They have this ability to just, they make you feel comfortable. They're very, well, Taurus is a fixed sign, and they are very, I don't like the term stubborn. I feel like it has a negative connotation on it. I feel like they are very strategic, very reliable, very steadfast, and I feel like they're, well, I know they're ruled by Venus, and Venus is a very benevolent planet, and it's very much focused on love and beauty and feeling good, tasting things that are good, you know, all the wonderful things and the sensual aspects of life. This is huge, and most Tauruses are very noted for that. They may be amazing cooks. They may have amazing gardens, you know. They definitely are known as the money sign. And I know that the Venus influence, which is their ruling planet, has a lot to do with that too. Because Venus is not just beauty and aesthetics and love and passion and all the wonderful things. It's also money, you know, which is also energy. So that's, while I'm reading this, the energies that have been coming through. And I welcome it so much, because with so many retrogrades happening since last December, legitimately, and all of them basically no planets in retrograde as I speak through this week, with the one exception of Pluto, that all planets retrograde every year. And if you're new and you've never heard this term before, retrograde is when a planet appears to be going backward, okay? Scientifically, if you were to look and have that telescope that was able to detect the planet I'm speaking of, or any planet, it looks like it's going backward, but it's actually just stationing in present time. It doesn't move. It's not going forward. It's not back. So it's an illusionary thing, like so many things, right? But it is actually a time when you don't necessarily want to push forward in any specific area these particular planets represent in our lives. Okay, Pluto is one of the deepest, most transformational planets, and it's all about self introspection and recognition of what it is we need to do, how are we going to get past certain areas of our lives that are holding us back, or making us feel less than. And it's almost I don't know. I'm trying to think of the words, but I want them to just flow. So I'm going to sit and just take a deep breath for a moment. It can be the planet that wants to see us in our worst light. Should we allow that? And it's always about that. It's how we perceive ourselves, others, in life, right? And so we will battle with ourselves at times about how, well, why aren't I here? Why don't I have this? What did it, and so on and so forth. The mind creating these thoughts and patterns, right, from when we're very young. But the truth is that we're all perfect exactly the way we are. And as time goes on and we recognize this and we get these influences that allow us, Pluto in retrograde, any planet in retrograde, to just really sit and have some introspection on why are we feeling the way that we do about basically everything, right? And where does it stem from? And going within, okay? It's an internalized time for us. It's not like just speaking out to the world and necessarily, although Taurus's main physical attribute is their throat, and it does reflect their ability and their desire many times to speak or sing or be heard in some way. They have usually wonderful voices, and that just, you can look up a lot of singers and professional people. They are Tauruses, so it's a fascinating study. But before I digress, this is a time, though, and happy birthday, by the way, all Tauruses. You can actually kind of take a breath, with everything I mentioned and all the retrogrades and stuff, even with Pluto going retrograde. That's not huge. It will be retrograde through October, so there'll just be things and maybe revelations and insights as to how have you been treating yourself? How do you feel really within the deepest part of you about any specific situation? As a general, it's just that, there are many aspects and many ways you could look at that. It's an individual thing for all of you. But now that I've shuffled the deck a couple of times, and I only read from the 8 chakras, there's many, and you have beautiful, wonderful third eye. Okay, and I could be mistaken. I don't want to do this. I've done it before, and I apologize. But interestingly enough, prior to the reading, as I always do, although I've always admitted purple has always been and will be my favorite color, and all the variances of color in between, with my friends here, all the amethysts that keep me company and that have such power, the crystals that can help you to really ignite your gifts of your third eye, your intuition, your psychic abilities, all the clairaudience, clairvoyance, there's a lot of them. Based on a lot of the senses, which we brought up about you, Taurus, and all Tauruses out there. So I thought, well, today's definitely purple. I'm feeling a lot of intuition. I've been feeling extra sensitive, and I feel a lot more at peace than I think I have in the last almost 5 months since January. I hope that's happening for most of you out there. So let's double check. It's the 7th. Okay, so we go root chakra 1, sacral 2, solar 3, throat 4. I'm sorry, forgive me. Heart 4, throat 5, third eye 6 and 7 is the crown. So that is the ultimate, other than this 8th, which is the all-encompassing, all collective energy where we're all together and we are one. And this is just about that ability to allow the information, the downloads, the higher power within us to connect with the higher power of the universe and source and God and love and all the things that really unite us at all times. There's no actual separation. So I love this. I love that it was a beautiful spiritual synchronicity. Whoops, that's not how you say that. Synchronicity. And because I love synchronicities, I look for them. And by the way, just as a side note, we've had our eclipse season too. There's so much. I didn't bring that up with all of the retrogrades, the eclipses. They're powerful. They're electrifying. There's just messages and changes and transformations that are happening everywhere I turn. I'm sure that's your case if you were to really think about it. It doesn't mean you specifically, but you're around it, so it therefore affects you. And it's been amazing. But the eclipse series now for the next 18 months, that started basically, well, we had a touch of it last September with the partial Pisces eclipse. But moving forward, we'll have 18 months where the North Node will be in Pisces, our direction we want to head, and the South Node in Virgo, polar oppositions, as they always are with the eclipses, and just things we want to release and purge and remove and learn from and move forward, okay? So I started to say that, just the fact that Pisces in the North Node position for all of us as a collective, and any, of course, those of you out there who have Pisces specifically in your natal chart in any particular house. We all have a little bit of each sign in every one of our, tropical, it's called the tropical whole house sign astrology. You can look that up. It is really influential, though, this Piscean energy. And Piscean energy is extremely spiritual, psychic, intuitive, all-knowing, basically compassionate, selfless, all of those wonderful traits that are going to be with us. And you may have been feeling, even in your worst day and in traffic and all the things that cause us to get a little riled up. I feel it. I've noticed that I've had a lot of things going on, okay, and I won't go into it. But with everything, I mean, like a duck, I find myself using the analogy like a duck, from here up, you're just as calm as can be, right? And underneath, I'm like, oh, what's happening? Even still, I felt this incredible, beautiful intervention of energy and spirit that can happen for all of us now through my crown, through the downloads, letting me know it's absolutely all okay. It's better than okay. And in fact, with new moons, I highly recommend you write your intentions out. I mean, we get a new moon and a full moon every single month. But this one is extra powerful. It is also one of the bigger super moons. Most of the moons this year so far have been super. And that means they're closer to the Earth, so we do feel their gravitational pull more. I lose sleep every time, just like clockwork. So Friday night, it was up at 1, up at 2, up at 4, up at 5. I just got up and went with it, but I work full-time job as a Reiki master, massage therapist of many, many years. Once again, energy and loving it. It's been so healing and so helpful. I will never regret having been an active participant and wanting to be a part of that. And anybody can do it. You can look that up in your neighborhood. But going back to the chakra of the week. 7th chakra, my divine internal knowing is seamless with the creative force, love and the intelligence of the universe. I am the essence of love personified. That is also very much what I said about the Piscean energy of just unconditional, unlimited, and continual, eternal love. I therefore then want to just add the correlating beautiful crystal that's with that, and that happens to be the clear quartz, because the clear quartz says it's wisdom, awareness, and focus. I focus with clarity on my spiritual purpose. And when you do that, you will absolutely get answers. And I ask all the time. And then we intervene with our own ability to manifest between the combination, because once again, we're always co-creating. That will never be separate. And I'm going to tell you right now, at this point in my life, after studying and being interested and being drawn to spirituality for so many years, I still recognize when I'm speaking to myself or praying, or however you want to say it, meditating, that I do tend to use words that make it seem as though it's me and you as far as spirit goes. I do. It's not something, I'm working on it, because it's us. It's we. It's never just me. And that's automatically kind of separating me from the eternal aspect of everything. And I don't want to do that. So I'm happy that I'm catching that. Better late than never, right? So yeah, ever learning. But the crystal, like I said, is the beautiful clear quartz. Now, the reading, believe it or not, is not going to be terribly long. It's just that kind of day. I see the sun starting to come out, but it's still doing the April shower kind of Mayflower thing in my area. And that's fine. I love it. I love it for my garden. And I love the natural aspects of that. And we all need water. Our levels were pretty bad for a while, and they're changing everywhere. I know you know that. And I still am blessed and grateful for that. So I will put this in I'm going to use the black. I've got 2 necklaces. This was a gift. I was saying it for a good, 6 months. But I absolutely love it. And it comes with these, not just the cards with the chakras. I've had that color set that came with CDs, and it's got all these beautiful understanding of what the vibrational energies from specific colors represent. Once again, relating to our chakras that have been color-coded, if you will. And so the actual gift set came with 2 necklaces, a brown and a black here. And then it also has these beautiful crystals. Here's the crystal quartz. It's a little smaller, but they come in all different. I have one in my pocket too. I always carry that for work because the focus is real. And you can tune in to any specific thing you want. It reminds me of a crystal ball. And you can envision things, and you can, create things, and you can imagine things, and we all have those gifts to be able to do so. And those are the things that bring things into fruition and into the earthly plane. And that's another thing I love about the earth sign and Taurus in new intentions, is the solidifying of the earth energy into our dreams and our aspirations and our manifestations, into concrete, tangible, physical reality. That's the real stuff, right? Because we're in a physical world as spirits in human bodies, right? So I'll wear this to infuse and pray for more and concise, focused energy messages. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 6-card spread for you and everyone. And it's going to be with this really cool deck I've had for a while. It's called the Simple OK deck. I'll place these down here for now. I'll do a clarification card as well. And then I'm going to read, which I've been doing, I guess, a couple of weeks now for the collective, an individual card for every single sign, just a quick fix, and kind of what I would call your, what do I want to say? Your, I was going to say conduit, but that's what my cards are to me. They are just a ladder to the ability to connect with spirit, and another way to express the messages and guidance that comes through for all of us. It's phenomenal, and when you ask for it, it comes even more. And then you write it down, and you create this wonderful, beautiful world of just constant co-creation, like I said. So this is the deck called, like I said, the OK Simple Tarot deck. And it really, truly is. And I find that to be kind of what's happening in this energy as well. Now, the other things I will say as I shuffle just a little bit more is that we do have this new moon and then the full moon happening in May, which you'll find out with the readings. Please do read the May readings, and please do read the April if you have not had a chance to. Even though we're almost at the end of April, it's interesting to see at the end of the month, even if you have read it, to see what's actually transpired and if there was some, real resonance and accuracy with that. And please do let me know. So, once again, past, present, and future. Finishing with a specific card, which will be your see, that word is not coming, and I'm not sure why, but it's okay. It'll represent the main theme for your week, okay? And it has exactly what the meaning is on these cards, which I love. It was a gift from a little while ago. And it helps me to just read them off to you and make it as simple as possible to be understood. And if you like what you see, please do like and subscribe. It would mean a great deal to me. I would love and appreciate your support. Definitely share. I'm wanting to reach that 500 subscribers and then the 1,000 and then on and upward. And I'm so close to the 500. So that would be a beautiful May Mother's Day gift, I would say. How's that? How can I put that out there? Or just because you just feel the desire to do that, and that's the most important. So, past, present, and future for the collective, for the week of April 28th through the May 4th. We have recent past coming into it, the Fool. Yes, this is the energy I'm talking about. Now, the last retrograde shadow aspect of Venus, which is your ruling planet, for all those Tauruses out there, but we've all been affected. It's also the ruling planet of Libra. Lots more to say about that, but I won't, other than to say this is like an ace. This is the beginning of the journey of Tarot, the very start, the trust, I'm going to make this happen. There's so much Aries energy as well, which is a Mars-ruled sign, which is any aspect or any placement you have, you would notably feel it. Neptune went into Aries for the first time in 150 years, never known or seen by any of us in this lifetime and some. And then also that'll stay there, leave, go back into Pisces, come back in February of 2026 for 14 years. Imagination, creativity. What are your dreams? What do you want to create and make happen in Aries? The first sign, the Mars-ruled, powerful, fiery, ambitious, motivated. This is what's happening, okay? It had just been in Pisces for 14 years, and Neptune is the ruling planet, well, the more modern ruling planet of Pisces. So dreamy and imaginative and creative beyond, but also kind of confusing and not necessarily clear and cut. Clear cut or fully understanding of situations and circumstances and things of this nature. Aries changes that. It's a whole different vibe. And I love that. And then we have Venus going into Aries on the 4th. Love, right? You can relate, right? Taurus is out there, and anybody about love and the drive to be connected and to give and to receive and all those wonderful things that love do. The Fool is saying, I'm doing it all. I want it all. I'm going to make this happen. I trust in the process. I trust in myself. And there's that courage and strength. And by the way, Venus went into Leo after being in Cancer for a very long period of time after the retrograde and so on and so forth. Mars, the ruling planet, Mars, yes, the ruling planet of Aries, but also another fire sign being Leo that it has gone into, is remarkable with energetic and just fun, passionate, excuse me, one quick sip. Wow, that kind of overtook me. Yeah, that's how important it is. Leo is ruled by the sun. It's expression. It's It's let me be seen. It's let me have fun. Let me go beyond as far as being maybe just overly affectionate and sensual and all those wonderful things and romance and spoiling a person and just putting them on a pedestal, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. And for good reasons, right? For the positive aspect of it. So that's the Fool. And that's what you're stepping into. That's what's kind of led you into this reading and what's happening starting in May. Like I said, I feel so beautiful about May for all of us. Present, you have the Seven of Wands. Okay, well, this is very, very much about what I just said. This is standing up and defending yourself for everything you've got. This is Wands, which represents fire, which is which is Aries, Mars ruled. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I mean, fire and air are hugely predominant this year. They work extremely good together. They become very productive, great partners in every aspect: work, family, love, you know. It's wonderful. But 7 is, this is you standing up and saying, this is what's going to happen. I will not take anything less. I will not accept a certain behavior, whatever it may be. That's so important. And with that Mars and Leo through June 1st, so it's a good amount of time, you might be surprised out there, whether you have Leo in your chart and Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, what have you. It's affecting all of us once again. So it's bringing out this courage and power that we all have and we don't always use or we don't always know we have. I absolutely love that as well. Then we go into the future. What's happening next? The Magician. What's happening is anything you choose and want, because you have all the tools, every single, what am I trying to say? Element. You've got the fire, you've got the air, you've got the earth, and you've got the water. And you've got, with that in mind, which we all have within us, and using them in the ways that are going to be productive and balanced, which also is part of the chakras, right? That's all you could really ask for. And know within your heart of hearts that you have the ability to do the things I'm speaking of. It's been seen and shown so many times, even in your own life, if you really sit and recognize what you've done this far, you know, and please give yourself credit and recognize how magnificent we really are. I don't know how else to say it. We do things we never give ourselves credit for, and we think must be because of someone else and this and that. We're actively a part of it always. This is fantastic, okay? You can't really see it now that I'm doing that. Put it down just a little bit. But not necessarily to see it, I guess. But unless you want to, that's okay. We can pull that down. The clarification on it. The Fool, once again. Your dreams, you're packing light, you know. You've got an intention. You've written it down for the new moon Taurus situation. And here we have the 5 of Swords. Absolutely. This has come up more than I could tell you. And I've done a fair amount of readings. And in my own readings I do, and the ones I'm seeing from other readers that I appreciate and follow. It's been chaotic. It's been conversations. Air element. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. There's a predominance of that. And especially, you know, if you have air in your chart, and Libra in particular with the retrograde in Venus, it was a lot. It caused disruption for the mere fact that it needs to happen in order to get through to another place, to another viewpoint, to another perception of it. You know, that happens all the time. I don't like confrontation. I truly don't. I promise you I don't start it. But I will defend myself now more, 7 of Wands, than I ever had before, because I'm worthy of that and I matter. And that's something that I want to share with everybody. It's not like you have to get angry, but sometimes that's when changes happen, right? this has been going on, but to me, it's more petty than anything, and you're done with it. I think everybody here can agree that that's not something most of us want to be around or even feel. It might not have even involved you, but if you're around it because it's at your workplace and you're overhearing it, you're kind of involved, right? Indirectly. You're letting that go. It's part of this Virgo South Node. Like, please just get away from the situation if possible, completely ignore it. Don't be it, okay? Don't involve yourself if at all possible. And know that you as the Fool have your choice at any time in the life and the places and the feelings and the way that you choose to live your life. You truly do. So clarifying the 7 of Wands, you have the 5 of, wow. So 2 5s. Transformation and change. 5 is the notorious number for that. I know, I'm a life path 5. My whole life has been changed. Everybody's life changes. There's no getting around it. Mine changes, seems a lot quicker than more than I had anticipated, but it's always taught me so many things. And the 5 of Wands is not really that difficult. It's competitive. It could be internal in competition with yourself. That makes you want to do more than you normally would do, right? That's impetus. That's that Mars kind of, ooh, let's make it happen, man. Let's just start this up. I don't know where it'll go, but let's at least give it a try and say we made that first step towards blankety blank, whatever it is. I like it a lot. The 7 is defending it, and the 5 is like, okay, I'll work with it. I'll see what we can do. There'll be differences of opinion, of course, but we all have something to say. And it's not a really violent card by any means. It's not as, I would say more personal than the 5 of Swords, where people are speaking and they're using their minds to, be calculated, and those things that aren't necessarily in anyone's best, I was going to say behavior or good. It's not noted for that. But the 5 of Wands is just, it's not swords, it's not there to hurt, it's just to kind of maybe build. There's just depictions on like the Rider-Waite where there's 5 people and they kind of have their wands crossing and stuff like that, just trying to figure stuff out, because we all have different opinions, and that's okay too. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just you got to work together sometimes, and that's what I see with this. So yeah, but stand strong to what you believe in this scenario, and yeah, don't feel like you don't have a say in it. Absolutely not. And that's the present again, okay? So yeah, I'm feeling that a lot from people. It's still the remnants of just the stuff we've gone through, but it's honestly, it's calming down. I will, please trust me in some respect in that regard. Then we have your future in the Magician, where we just create. We create, we write it down. We have intentionality behind it. And you've got the 4 of Pentacles. Well, this is stability. This is our sustenance, this is the Taurus energy. Money is important. All these, food, shelter, clothing, all the material things with this new moon. What do you want? What are you writing down? And what are you making sure? Sometimes people say this is that stingy card and that little bit of over possessiveness. It doesn't have to be. Just being cautious, being sensible, not overdoing it until you feel, maybe I can splurge a little bit now. We all have to tighten our belts at times, and that's happening. It's happening for a lot of people, and I've noticed it myself in my business. And yet, last week was one of the busiest weeks since January, but it's fabulous. You got to believe. You got to keep doing what you're doing. Show up every day to the best of your ability, and the rewards definitely come. Be the Magician and change the 4 to the 10, right? The ultimate. Allow it, imagine it, and become it. So I love that. I think it has a lot of beautiful resonance with the planetary alignments happening. This is the past with the 5 of Swords and people you just aren't going to associate with, that didn't feel comfortable. It wasn't resonating. You always want to do that. And it's a lot easier sometimes than others, but it's part of your evolution, and it's part of the transformation that's necessary. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to set out each card, like I said. That'll be the catalyst, the word I couldn't think of, for the week ahead, April 28th through May 4th. Happy May to everybody. I have a brother who's actually, everybody, it was the busiest month in my family with including Mother's Day, but I guess 5 birthdays in May in my family. That's a decent amount. So this is the beautiful deck that is known as the Neoteric Feminine Tarot Guidebook. And I love it because they're beautiful illustrations, beautifully golded, dipped, if you will, to add to the Mars in Leo, the sun ruled Mars in Leo, and our solar plexus of power and confidence and strength and feeling we've got this. We've come through so much. We're going to make it the best we can, the best summer and onward, okay? And utilize that and believe that. And so I will pick each sign quickly here for you and speak to you about what it says right on it. Aries, starting with Aries, we have, they're a little thicker, so Page of Pentacles. Ooh la la, they've got a little, the Eiffel Tower in the background. What do you want to do? This is an information and some news coming. It's new, it's a new job, it's a new, it could be a child. Saving money, putting money aside. I mentioned the 4, is about being sensible, maybe investing and saving and, just for that rainy day or for certain special things that you may have in mind, okay? And that's exciting. And it says, ambitious, diligent, good-oriented planner, consistent, star student, studious, grounded, loyal, faithful, and dependable. And it was upright, so I'm not going to read the reverse for you. Fantastic, Aries. You got a lot going for you. This beautiful Venus happening in your sign, starting on the 4th of May, and then also Mercury as well. So it's really, and Neptune. So you can do the math there. Taurus, happy birthday, Taurus. Ace of Cups, Taurus. Fulfilling your dreams, the beginnings. What is it what does that mean? The cups are our emotions, of course, but they're also creativity and their imagination and all the beautiful things that we feel and sense are important to us. And it is saying love, new feelings, emotional awakening, creativity, spirituality, and intuition. Well, if you're interested in somebody and something's just starting as the ace, may it be very, very fruitful and a very long lasting love and relationship, no matter what the type. All right, Gemini. We have here the 9 of Pentacles, independence. You are. You're a freedom-seeking sign, but you love, as an air sign, you love to, communicate and connect with people. You're intelligent. You're mutable. You're very resourceful. You're eclectic and rebellious in a lot of ways, and very loyal and very, very fun. This is your utilizing your gifts so that you can be comfortable and happy sharing them, but also allowing yourself the perks, the bounty, the abundance. We have Jupiter in your sign, Gemini, until June 9th. And it's still bringing you some great things because I have a lot of Gemini people that I've known and have had some really fortunate things happening, which is what happens when Jupiter's in your sign. So many more of that to come through your birthday season, starting at the end of May. And what does it say? I apologize. Rewarded efforts, success, achievement, independence, leisure, material security, and self-sufficiency. There you go. There you go. And there's that lavender and the beautiful, beautiful recognition of your gifts and talents and all that wonderful stuff. All right, Cancer. 4 of Cups. There you are. I mean, the cups, right? The cups represent you and your sensitivity and your ability to create and to imagine and to manifest. However, the 4 of Cups is like there's just one cup. You're just like, I'm not 100% sure. Well, you're sitting and you're meditating on it. And I recommend that highly during Taurus season and even into Gemini. But Taurus season allows that more of, I would say more of, it's a very compatible time for you as a water sign. Water and earth are very much compatible. The words are apathy, contemplation, feeling, disconnected, melancholy, bored and indifference, and discontent. Well, the only thing you really need to do is ask Spirit to kind of help you with that, and bring that down and answer your questions as to how that can change. It can come in dreams. It can come in all sorts of forms. It can come through meditation and yoga and nature. So don't be down and out for long because it's always just a passing phase, right? Everything is temporary. Moving on to Leo. Woohoo! 10 of Pentacles, Leo. Oh my gosh. Yes, Leo. Mars in your sign. What can I tell you? I've already made it very clear a few times. We all get this effect though. So if you have Leo placements, everybody, just appreciate it as we have cycles that come and go and bring things in and out. And this is your time, Leo. So legacy, roots, family, ancestry, inheritance, windfall, foundations, privilege, affluence, stability, and tradition. Wow. Well, the 10 is everything. And it does have to do with, of course, money, but it's health and wealth and family and love and once again, nature. Get into nature whenever possible, please. It is so, so very healing. Congratulations on that, Leo. All right, now Virgo. Temperance. All right, Temperance. It is the major arcana. Is this the first major arcana? It is. Oh my gosh. All right, Virgo. Well, you have the South Node in your sign, so that's releasing things that you know are just not working. And Temperance is the ability to alchemize and to change water to wine and literally change our situation, not only physically, but spiritually, and just being balanced, okay? The words with it are balance, peace, patience, moderation, calm, tranquility, harmony, and serenity. And by the way, this is the type of month that starts, because school isn't going to be in session for too much longer, but people are planning their vacations and allowing themselves to have that beautiful work, private life balance, right? That means going away, taking time out, allowing yourself to rejuvenate and reassess, because it's essential that we do that. And you know, Taurus is not, it's a wonderful fellow earth sign for you, Virgo. So this should be a really good time for you in May. And then Libra, death. Oh yeah. Well, I'm a Libra. A lot of changes, a lot of transformation, and I'm so thankful for it. And there's still pending situations, but they won't be for long. And May's going to really bring that through. I'm almost positive for myself and a lot of us out there with this very thing happening. And I'd be very surprised because I know so many people I can't even count all the people that have left jobs and started new and are super happy. They put it off way too long, relationships, whatever. It's a brilliant, beautiful thing. There's the sun in the background. This represents the changes we need to make. Sometimes we take a little longer than we'd hoped for, but it's happening. It's for our highest good. The words associated are transformation, endings, change, transition, letting go, and release. It's time, and there's the ship out there you've been waiting for, maybe even taking a cruise. I mean, seriously. It's good stuff, okay, Libra? More to come. Happiness is always available to us. It's an inside job. Scorpio, the lovers, of course. Lovers. Perfect selection, major arcana. Also, what we've got now, 1, 2, 3 major arcanas in a row. Well, Scorpio, you're very, very passionate, and you all also more historically are a Mars-ruled sign, as well as Saturn, but you have the love, unions, partnerships, relationships, choices, romance, balance, and unity are the words to live by this week, okay? And then, of course, Sagittarius, beautiful, optimistic, fiery Sagittarius, fabulous for Mars and Leo, fabulous for Venus and Aries. I mean, it's all working together for the fire signs, I'm telling you. And you have the Knight of Swords, fast movement. And I know you like this. There's been stalls, there's been delays. It's been going on, and it's like finally clearing, and things are definitely moving forward. And the page on the Knight or messenger says there's some fast information coming through. Assert, direct, impatient, intelligent, daring, focused, perfectionist, ambitious are the words that you can carry with you. Work on the things that aren't on maybe the lesser, higher energies, like the impatience and stuff, because it doesn't do any good. It just aggravates, right? Just be calm and take in things as they come, and they will, and they are. Okay, you'll see. And for some time now, it's not going to just end in a week, okay? So it's beautiful, and I'm happy for you, Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. Then we have Capricorn, the sun Capricorn. Well, you know, Taurus is your fellow earth sign, and you've had a lot of change, you know. We had Capricorn in your sign Capricorn in your sign, how silly. Pluto for so long. And now it went into Aquarius. So you're really starting to have really interesting revelations and new ideas, and you're actually feeling extremely positive and happy and elated, and you're healthy and you're vibrant, and you feel that Leo, Mars kind of helping you to really build up the momentum for you. The words associated are pretty amazing. I'm sure it's happiness, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, and truth. Truth is essential. It truly is. And I know people have, conflicted opinions about it. I mean, there's your truth and my truth, but I think we all know what truth is for ourselves. And that's going to take you a long, long way, Capricorn. Aquarius, 10 of Swords, you're done. New cycle. I mean, you've been defeated. You felt like you had been stabbed and wounded and just hurt in some manner, but that's done. This is a new cycle. And we have Pluto in your sign for the next, 20 years plus. So you've had a lot to think about. This represents you anyway, because you're an air sign. The swords represent air and our mind and our overdoing and overthinking. And yeah, you want to let a lot of that go. It doesn't matter if you're 10 or 100. We all need that. And especially with the air quality and elements that tend to just go over and over in their mind and really create havoc. You're putting an end to it, okay? The words here are ruin, failure, bitterness, collapse, exhaustion, dead end, victimized, betrayal, okay? Bye-bye. We've all had that in some form or capacity. It's not happening anymore. Congratulations. And Pisces, beautiful Pisces. Oh, there you are. The High Priestess. This represents you. And thank you for being in the North Node and for allowing us to sense and feel what you feel all the time, and that you've always had all your lifetimes of just taking it all on, but also knowing that there's always going to be a better way. There's always going to be the richness and powerful impact that love can do and heal and just create everything and anything we want, right? Manifestations, unconscious intuition, mystery, spirituality, higher power, inner voice, listening to your inner voice. You can be very empathic. You take on a lot of energies, but listening to you is the most essential thing. There's the lavender. Takes us back to the beginning, right? Your crown chakra and sharing all that wonderful knowledge and gifts that you do with all of us for the next 18 months. Yeah, I love it. Well, I hope that you resonate in some way now. And thank you very much for watching. As always, have an amazing week. It's going to be good. We've waited for this, and you'll see it'll unravel in the way it needs to in each individual way. But collectively, I think it's overall just going to be a very, very welcome and productive month. Take good care. Thanks so much. Bye for now.